Hi, hello everyone. My name is Sarvana Kumar, founder of Sarvam Digital. I am digital IT consultant and a career coach, and also certified in Google, GCP, Azure, as well as AWS. The intention of video is that one of my client was looking for an kind of an databases available in GCP because GCP was his primary cloud provider and also wanted to know that what is the use cases of each databases. Along with that, how their employees can upskill or become an expert on that. So expert framework also I was looking. So that's the one of the key reason that I have put this video over here. I'm pretty sure that it will be helpful for you with that intention that if you see my mind map, mind map. So data is the key. Where we mention is that nowadays the data is engine or for any kinds of an business decision, right? It may be from the since the decision is taken through our digital artificial intelligence, or either it may be for generating the reports. So all these business data, business decisions are come from the data. And you can see that real-time e-commerce, all those data comes from real-time e-commerce, globally scaling, global scaled social applications as well. In that sense, this video, what we will be mainly talking about is structured and semi-structured databases. We are not going to talk about unstructured data storages. Okay, so we will get into this structured and semi-structured databases available in Google Cloud. Let me share you with the next another mind map. Okay, let me stop sharing here and let me see what is the next one. Just a second. Yes, let me share my screen. All right. So here there are three types of databases available. Google Cloud in Google Cloud databases. In that I have categorized into relational, non-relational, and hybrid. In that, let me let me get into this first, the relational category. There also there is three types of databases: Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, and BigQuery. So now let me share the Cloud SQL um, stuff that it is wanted. Cloud SQL, right? There you go. In the legacy technologies, many of us might have been worked on this banking applications where uh, they may be trying to store the data into the SQL server or ERP system, CRM. So all these things, it can be utilized in this Cloud SQL. They also have created three types of databases: SQL Server, PostgreSQL, like that. That's the package of all these three databases. And the industry that we mainly that we because since this is an online transaction processing, the industry is banking, retail, and even nowadays SaaS applications, cloud native SaaS applications. When you are creating it, this kind of in databases here being utilized. The advantage over here is that 99.95% it is available, and admin cost also 40% reduced because it is a managed services where you don't need to have a overhead of resource deployment or infrastructure deployments, etc. What you can mainly you can study more deep dive into this. This is joining as well as joins, indexing, normalizations, and also data migration services also you need to understand, because nowadays most of the legacy data server databases which we have used in the SQL Server, they are moving into this cloud SQL, cloud native databases, managed services. So that's why it is better to, you need to deep dive on the data migration services or data migration, how it is happening, understanding. And third one is that you need to know, integrate on this cloud functions, Google Kubernetes engines or cloud runs. Okay. Now let's go back to our mind map. The next data relational database is Cloud Spanner. Now you see it is globally horizontal. That means it's a distributed database and mainly used at the time of if you wanted to expand your organization, expand your applications globally. That's why it is also horizontally scalable global databases, and it gives you the very strong consistency asset transactions, and it provides you with the high throughput. Mainly it is being utilized in the fintechs or real time consistently if you want to utilize it in across the globe. Those in those industry, it is like, for example, the global payments when you, and what you can deep dive here is that distributed, since this is a distributed systems, and you will have to understand about the cap theorem consistency models. Then schema design, interleaved, particularly on understanding about the interleaved tables, that how the primary and the child tables relationships can be optimized. Multi-region demo with using Terraform plus Spanners. Moving on to next um, type of a database in category of relational database is BigQuery. This is absolutely, it is an data analytics purpose we are utilizing, because this can be large and scalable data. You can store it over here like a 10 TB, 40 TB, and also if you want to extract the data from this BigQuery databases, it is very much helpful, and this has been become an replacement of the Hadoop clusters, etc. We might have heard about the big data kind of, and so this really in a structured way it helps you to keep the data in a petabyte of scale of data. And for example, we can say it is very much utilized in media company, where, as I was talking about, large scale of data, where 10 TB of data, etc. You can store it. And what you can enhance from yourself, expert. If you want to become an expert, you need to deep dive on federated queries, that is Google Cloud Storage, Seeds, Drive, etc., and partitioning plus clustering. And also, you need to know how you can integrate with the Lookers and Vertex AI data forms in the Google Cloud platforms. The next type is, that is non-relational databases. Here, two um, so three main distinction is the Firestore, Firebase databases, real-time database, Bigtable, and a memory store. When we talk about the Firebase or Firestore, mainly this is utilized in IoT mobile apps. So whenever there is an applications that you wanted to have a real-time ingestion, this database is mainly utilized to build a serverless apps, and where you can have the millions of users, and where you expect and you scale it if you expect to scale it, or if there are any million number of users, particularly used in the case of serverless applications, for example delivery app. And what you can learn more from this aspect is that data modeling, that is document versus collection, uh, how it can be schema-based modeling can be done. And another one is the Firebase SDK. You're supposed to know more on that with with the Firebase authentication and IAM, Identity Access Management. The another non-relational type is that this is wide column for data analytics as well as for the IoT related data also. This is, and particularly it is helpful in the time series data, where the sensor or somewhere where sensor related information, if you are getting, for example, to say, so those data will be very much helpful to store it over here. Uh, the usage, the industry you can see is telecoms, ad technical companies, billions of reads or writes per day it can be happened through this databases. And what you can upskill from the learning perspective is a schema design for columnar storage, and also how you can integrate it with the PubSub and the data flow, and optimization, how you can optimize with the clustering. The in non-relational, the last one is a memory store. This is obviously helpful for the caching, session management, real-time leaderboard systems. For example, if you are doing a gaming applications, right? In gaming applications, what you will do over here is that you need to, like, if there are seven gamers are there, and one gamer has going out of this the group, then immediately it's supposed to be get understood, and real time their leaderboard needs to be get changed. So those kind of an um, yeah, applications or the usage, you can utilize this memory store databases, because it improves application latency for 80%. And what you can learn more over here is this, the caching patterns, like a write through or lazy loading. Lazy loading, when you are, what is the minimally, or what is the need to store, or what you need to store, those kind of data to visible is utilized with this memory store database, that you need to expand your knowledge over there, and how you to integrate with the application engine, Google Kubernetes engine or Cloud Run, and also need to understand about how you can visualize through the monitoring. The last database is hybrid, which is AllyDB, and it can be relational or non-relational databases. AllyDB is mainly very helpful when when this in the AI-driven scenario. It is very much helpful, and this is basically a 4 times the performance compared to the performance of PostgreSQL. It is very much advanced way. It has the AllyDB has been created, and the industry mainly it is utilized is when you have a very critical applications, critical workloads, which is running in Oracle, and those applications can be helpful to move into the Ally databases, particularly the banking system workloads can be utilized over here in Ally database. And also you will have to deep dive into the high availability and the performance of uh, performance tuning is one of the key things that you will have to upskill yourself, and need to understand with the help of the data migration services. For the practical, you will have to practice for the migrations, how and what are the strategies can be utilized for migrations, etc. And the benchmark also we need to understand, because this is helpful in terms of search context also. It is, or context search also, it is being utilized in this Ally databases, particularly by connecting with the RAG databases. That is, we all aware about is that artificial intelligence, generative AI RAG system, right? Retrieval augmented generation uh, uh, information is particularly it is helpful over here. If you So with that, I will see you in the next video with more deep dive on this one of these databases as we as an upskilling framework. Until then, subscribe and I will see you in the next video.